Thanos was built up over the course of the greater part of a decade as the greatest threat that the MCU had to offer, serving as the culmination of the Infinity Saga in the first 10 years of the MCU tenure. With his indomitable will and sense of destiny driving his motivation, he served as the force that was able to march through the likes of the Avengers, the Guardians, the Wakandan Army, and the Sorcerer Supreme, all in his quest to collect the Infinity Stones in Infinity War. Though despite his drive and immense power, he seemed to take a certain amount of care in his battles, incapacitating enemies and sparing lives wherever he could. The final battle in Wakanda is living proof of this, and his desire not to kill. Thanos seeks to knock out, trap, and subdue the Earthbound heroes that he could very easily kill with any one of the 5 Infinity Stones he had in his possession. But is it possible that he could have actually accidentally killed more heroes than he had originally intended in this final battle? A popular fan theory proposes that he inadvertently killed not only 3 of the Guardians of the Galaxy on Titan, but also killed Steve Rogers as well during his final stand in Wakanda. So let's delve into this popular theory today, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse. First though, it's important to understand why Thanos took such deliberate care to spare whatever heroes he could, and explain exactly why Thanos went out of his way not to kill many of the Avengers that stood in front of him in his quest to achieve all 6 Infinity Stones. The theory proposes that Thanos wanted the snap to fulfill the destiny of a random, dispassionate killing of half of all life in the universe, felt no positive emotional investment. In fact, he was rather reluctant to embark on this quest, viewing himself as the only one left with the will and knowledge to save half of life in the universe that could be preserved. When he first proposed the idea to the government of Titan, he volunteered to be the first killed for the greater good, proving that he did not want to play a hand in deciding who would live and who would die. Unlike Loki claims, Thanos did not perceive himself as a god who got to decide who lived and who died. He instead believed that inflicting his own will on the circumstances of the decimation would take away from the point of culling being random and dispassionate. So how did he kill the Guardians and Cap, and how did they manage to survive the events of Infinity War, at least until the snap itself? First, let's explore the circumstances surrounding the Guardians. The fan theory proposes that while he was entranced by Mantis, he was left alone with his unstable emotional state, having just sacrificed his favorite daughter, Gamora. Peter Quill hitting this point home only made him feel more regret. When Thanos came out of his trance, he was blinded by rage and lost control of his immense power for a few vital moments. He seems quite clearly more agitated and far angrier than he does for most of the film, deliberately attacking his enemies far more violently than before. And in the process, he blasts Star-Lord, Drax, and Mantis with a direct energy pulse from the Power Stone. The Power Stone, as we know, is capable of destroying entire planets, and in a fit of rage, it would likely be very easy to lose control and use the incredible power of the stone to kill someone. According to this theory, he did in fact kill them, but then soon after used the power of the Soul Stone to return their souls to their bodies. The Soul Stone has only been seen being used individually on a handful of occasions, and its abilities are among the least thoroughly defined of all of the stones. Thanos uses the Soul Stone on Titan to find the real Doctor Strange amongst a sea of illusionary clones that all sought to blind him with light whips, seeking out the soul that made him human. Is it possible that he also used the Soul Stone to ensure that his victims all survived their battles with him? After all, the Soul Stone, as we know, controls the concept of life and death, so it wouldn't be too far-fetched to believe that while it could be used to kill at a whim, it could also be used to prevent death in the same way. If Thanos seeks to incapacitate and toss aside, he could very well use the Soul Stone to ensure he doesn't inadvertently kill anyone, and thus he allows the snap to decide who gets to survive. So then, how did he kill Cap, and did he revive him in the same way? According to this theory, not exactly. The circumstances of Thanos killing Cap under this theory are also accidental, and it occurs in the closing minutes of the movie. As Thanos is marching through the Earthbound Wakandan armada, he traps the Hulkbuster in a cliffside, crashes the War Machine armor without killing Rhodey, and traps Natasha beneath some debris. Cap, however, in true Captain America fashion, just will not stay down. Thanos knocks him aside with what he believes will be enough power to keep the Captain down. But Steve gets up again and faces Thanos down for a second time, holding back the gauntlet and giving Wanda enough time to destroy the Mind Stone. Thanos then hits Cap with a brutal punch that knocks him out. But is it possible that this punch killed Captain America without Thanos meaning to? If so, he could have been revived when Thanos reversed time in order to bring the Vision back to life. After killing the Vision, executing the snap, and escaping Wakanda, Thanos leaves the Avengers to face the consequences of their defeat. Strangely, however, in this final scene, Bruce Banner is free from the cliff face, and Rhodey's War Machine armor is suspiciously intact, despite not having the nanotechnology to repair his suit like Tony did. The War Machine armor is not nearly as advanced as the Stark suits and have shown no sign of self-repairing process like Tony's more modern suits are made of with the nanotechnology. So how could Rhodey's suit have been so well preserved despite Thanos using the Space Stone to crush the suit with him inside? This popular fan theory proposes that when Thanos rewound time, he undid the damage that he had inflicted on the heroes, which included reviving Captain America and undoing the damage to the War Machine suit, as well as removing the Hulkbuster from the cliff face. If this is true, it could explain how Bruce was able to escape, how many of the heroes seem to be relatively free from any serious injury outside of just some cuts and bruises, and why the impact of Thanos' attack left virtually no physical scars. It was all because the Time Stone affected the entire forest, freeing Natasha, a slightly enhanced human, making the War Machine armor come back together, and have minimal damage, freeing Bruce Banner from the cliffside, and possibly even bringing Steve Rogers back from the dead, following a massive punch at the hands of the Mad Titan. I'll admit, I do think it is more likely that Thanos actually brought back Steve Rogers and affected the forest in Wakanda than he did the battle on Titan with the Guardians of the Galaxy. We found that theory though and thought that you guys should know about it and found it interesting. As always, a reminder, these are theory videos, so do not take them as fact. We just want to explore the Marvel Cinematic Universe and explain various things away in fun little details that we may have noticed. So we would love to hear your theories in return in the comments down below. But what do you guys think of this one? Do you think that it's possible that Thanos actually brought Captain America and the Guardians of the Galaxy back to life using the Soul Stone and the Time Stone respectively? Or do you think that this is so outlandish and did not happen at all? We'd love to hear what you think down below. As always, my friends, hit that subscribe button to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.